Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. And Connor, good to have you back as well. I'm well, and you had a great time on Sunday, I hope, as well. Bit of a headache Monday. Yeah, that's good though. That's all right. I thought when you were saying what you were doing, I'm like, yeah, Connor's probably going to be a bit rough later on Sunday, so that's understandable. I've been there before. It's like, oh man, it's terrible. So, but anyway, guys, it's going to be straight to the point, quick trade talk. I did episode 101 as well on my own, guessing where Connor might have taken the entry, but this is going to be the part two because I've got your Euro Swiss daily chart up and the entry was it pretty much at the low of that bearish kangaroo tail. Is that essentially where you got in on Euro Swiss, Connor? Oh yeah, look, it did. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, 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 yeah. So 146 was sort of where the stop loss was at. Is that sort of true? Okay. Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it, right now? I mean, for the people that do trade the higher time frames, I'd like to see the US session tonight's going to be pretty interesting to see really where the money's going to move, and it's sort of like 50-50. If I was in your position, I know what you mean. I'd sort of be like, well, now I'd have no expectations. It'd be like, okay, well, you shouldn't anyway, but it'd be like I've sort of dusted my hands off, and if it goes in my favor, that's great. But it looks, yeah, now I'm just sort of, yeah, now it's really going to get interesting. And the stop's in place, guys. The stop's in place. That's important. Never move the stop higher in a sell. Like you go, oh, it's going to be okay, because that can get very, very messy in regards to your account because you're going to be emotional and not clear-minded. So but that's Euro Swiss. So that's how that's looking. But yeah, nice little fall, and then it's bounced. It's just yay for the bounces. Speaking of bounces, Aussie dollar. Now I solved this last week, and it actually yesterday and Monday wasn't too bad. It was I thought okay, maybe the market's coming in my favor now, and we're going to see some more bearish stuff. But it has bounced, and for the people who have sold the Aussie dollar, it is interesting. And kind of brought up the weekly chart, and you can draw a nice little channel in here on the weekly. Now I know you guys probably think weekly, but it's very significant these time frames because there's a lot of movement that's happened throughout the week. So if a candle closes bearish like it did last week, and now we're sort of midway through, it's quite interesting where it's at, and it's sort of yeah. Connor, you brought this up as well, where it's a bit of a yeah, no, it worked last time, so I think we've got enough connection with our great Australian internet over here as well. We'll just share the screen just to help. I think it's just loading up now. It took a little bit of time before. It is, yeah. Now it is. We've got some move. Yep. I'll drag it across. You guys can experience the. All right. Now, yeah. Mm, yeah. Mm, mm. True. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's interesting context now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. This is good for the people who just focus on fundamentals. You can see technicals definitely have their place because price is obviously respecting that, and the Aussie dollar is not the most heavily traded pair, but it certainly does respect those points in the chart there. So it's something to pay attention to. I'll continue updating everyone. The stop is at 71.90, so that hasn't been moved yet. It's going to have to fall a little bit more to sort of dictate that, but that's how that's going. USD yen, I nearly forgot. USD yen, we'll quickly touch upon that and how the US dollar strength has sort of been. It's been okay. It's still strong-ish for the week, and that's how it's looking now. So I ended this on the daily, the high of Monday's candle. I got in Tuesday, later on Tuesday, as it was sort of still floating around there, because I was just thinking, just in case if Monday was a bit of a fake out, if it was just sort of not credible, but it was still there, and it's just hovering now. We'll see what happens tonight, and the 4 hour, it's just floating around that 60 odd level, 110.60. So no expectations. We'll see what it wants to do, but that's sort of that. Now we were talking before we started filming about the Kiwi, now the NZ US dollars. So this is quite interesting. Now, on this trade on the daily, were you looking at this at all when it was sort of bunching up, or that wasn't something that interested you at all on the daily? Okay, okay, yeah. Gosh, yeah, because I was looking at this earlier last weekend, earlier this week as well, and I was thinking maybe a sell, but it's popped up, and we'll see if it sort of closes like this. But even on the daily, it's choppy. It's not something that I can sort of point and say I'm gonna do. Yeah, I just can't really touch this just looking at it now. So, but definitely unexpected, strong little bounce there. So if anyone's shorting it, just it's hard to say. I mean, on the weekly, yeah, it's not really. It's plateaued a little bit. Now, was there anything else kind of that you've got your eye on for a possible trade, or nothing really taking your fancy? Mm, yep. And it's sort of, there's a little more stability. So Brexit, that's still ongoing, but we'll see what's happening with the US and everything. And obviously your Euro Swiss is in play. So stay tuned for more updates with that, guys, as well. And if you have any comments you want to leave, please, we'll address those as soon as we can. If you're watching something or anything like that. But there's nothing much. Even the Euro, it's just too choppy to sort of go and say, yeah, that looks good. And, if you're allowed to be picky as well, remember that. So I think that's about it, Connor. Anything else to add to conclude? Yeah, it's that's it, guys. So I mean, if not much is happening, remember to back test and don't just gamble. Don't just do crazy stuff. Don't do that. So no leverage. All right, that's about it. Again, Connor, thank you for joining us as well. And traders, have a great week and happy trading.